back to my channel. This is Honest Reviews with Jo. In today's video, I would really like to talk about my most recent book haul. I'm super excited to talk about this because I really enjoy buying books. I love it. It's probably one of my most favorite hobbies. I'm sure I'm not the only one who likes to do this. And despite how many times I keep telling myself that, oh, you need to go on a book ban because of whatever, I can't stop it. I can't help myself. However, I have become a little bit more pickier in the recent years of what do I really want to buy. Earlier on, I used to just buy everything and anything, and whatever is on my list, I'll just go and buy it. But then I realized that a lot of these books have become a hit and miss. So I decided to, be a little bit more picky and buy books for authors that I have really enjoyed and authors that I've had in my list for some time, and I think that they are really worth exploring. This is in order for me not to force myself not to buy books, so I don't have to go through this whole book ban thing. So I still give myself the luxury of buying books, but not just about any kind of book or any book, basically. So in today's video, I'll be talking about those recent purchases that I have done. I've done a few fictional books, and I've also bought non-fictional books. So if you read any of these books, do share your thoughts and what did you really think about them in the comments below. Let me know if you really enjoyed them, whether I should really speed up the selection and actually read these books this year. Because honestly, I don't know when I'm going to be reading these. I do have a lot of books on my TBR that I would like to say that they have got a little bit of a priority. But if you really think that these books are amazing and I should really read them like yesterday, then do let me know. Do share your thoughts in the comments below. The first fiction book is Such a Long Journey by Rohinton, Mistry. I have read A Fine Balance for him in 2017, and oh my god, I have to say that that book was just amazing. It's one of those books that I highly recommend to people who would like to explore historical fictions, books that are set in India, and just, these kind of books that will just drive emotions out of you. That book was just emotional for me. I cried, I got connected to the characters. Their stories were as horrible as they were. It was just real and raw. And of course, obviously, I gave it a 5-star rating, and it's one of my all-time favorite books. So I decided to pick up this one. I do have other books in my list that I'm hoping that I'll be able to buy eventually. But let's start slow. Let's see, what is this book about? Gustav Nobel is a hard-working bank clerk and a devoted family man who gradually sees his modest life unraveling. His young daughter falls ill. His promising son defies his father's ambition for him. One day he receives a letter from an old friend asking him to help in what at first seems like a heroic mission, but he soon finds himself unwittingly drawn into a dangerous network of fraud and betrayal. This book has a 3.96 rating in Goodreads. It's not a really heavy book. I think it's around 339 pages. I really can't wait to read this book, and I'm super excited. So yeah, hopefully I will read it sooner than I plan. Next is Trapped for Cinderella by Sébastien Japrisot. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. I have not read any book for this author. This is a new author for me. However, this book has been on my list since 2016. I don't know why it was added into my list. It's a mystery thriller book, and the fact that I was not able to find this in a lot of bookstores that I have visited in recent years made me want to buy this more. So when I finally found it online, I decided, you know what, it's time. I need to explore this because I know there are other books for the same author, and I just want to see whether if it's worth exploring or not. It's a short book, so that should help. Let's see, what is this book about? A young woman wakes up in a hospital room. What happened to her and why is a mystery. She remembers names: Michelle, Mickey, or me, or perhaps Dominique or Doe. Then the fire that destroyed her face, then the fall that punctured her head, through which her memory leaks. And as she struggles to rebuild her identity, so too does she start to recall the crime that was committed. This seems really intriguing. It should be interesting to explore. Goodread rating for this book is 3.76. It's a really short book. It's around 176 pages. So I really hope I enjoy this one. If yes, then more books for the author. If not, then, you know. Next is The Confession by Jessie Burton. I really love this cover. I've read a couple of books for the same author. I read The Miniaturist and The Muse, 2016, 2017 respectively. I really enjoyed those books. I gave them 4-star rating. Her books are historical fiction and magical realism, so very fast-paced, very enjoyable, takes you on a ride to different eras, different people, different character developments, so many colors. It's very artistic. It's been a while since I read her books, and the reason why I decided to buy a book for her sooner than I ever planned is because I know that there is a second part for The Miniaturist that would be released this year. So I really want to get back to the vibe of Jessie Burton and see, you know, like just get back to it so that when the second book comes out, I can actually buy it. Not that it's gonna stop me, but yeah. So let's see, what is this book about? When Alice Mercury meets the writer Constance Holden, she quickly falls under the spell. Connie is sophisticated, bold, and alluring, everything Alice feels she is not. She follows Connie to LA, but in that city of strange dreams and razzle-dazzle, Alice feels even more out of her depth and makes an impulsive decision that will change her life forever. 3 decades later, Rose Simmons is trying to uncover the story of her mother, who disappeared when she was a baby. Having learned that the last person to see her was a now reclusive novelist, Rose finds herself at the door of Constance Holding's house in search of a confession. Goodreads star rating for this book is 3.95. This is quite a bulky book. It's around 454 pages. Her books are generally fast-paced. I really hope that I'm going to be enjoying this book because, honestly speaking, with this cover, it needs to be really good. So I can't wait to read this. Next is my non-fiction books that were highly recommended for personal development. As part of me exploring more of these kind of books because I am interested in psychology, I'm interested in personal development, and I am interested in, you know, life coaching and productivities and changing habits and all that stuff. These books came out really strong. So yeah, the first book is The Gifts of Imperfection. Let Go of Who You Think You're Supposed to Be and Embrace Who You Are by Dr. Brené Brown. And the second one is Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones by James Clear. The third one is The Power of Habit, Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business by Charles Duhigg. And the fourth one is Never Split the Difference, Negotiating as If Your Life Depended on It by Chris Voss. I'm not expecting them to be rocket science or, you know, groundbreaking or anything, but I did hear that Atomic Habit was really, really good. A lot of people have recommended this, and I could just literally see a lot of people reading it, whether on my social media or on the trams and public transportations here as well. So I really hope that I'm going to enjoy it and enjoy the rest of them. At least learn a thing or two from these books, because sometimes I just find these a little bit overrated. People think that, you know, it changes their life forever. So yeah, I'm trying to be very optimistic about them. It would be really interesting to find out whether you really read any of these books. I am very curious to find out about what you think about them, whether they're really worth the hype, whether I made the right selection and made the right choices to pick them up. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and I really hope you liked it. Until the next time, bye!